Hey there, it's Jer. Um, so I'm here to do a draft analysis for the IBL Season 4 draft that just concluded over the weekend. This is a draft league that been in for just over about a year. Um, I've been in all 4 seasons, and I'm actually one of the moderators in the Discord server. I help run the draft, the doc, the everything, along with some good guys, Uzi and Sky, who I will be battling at some point during the season. But yeah, so this is kind of my main draft, I'd say. I try the hardest in the IBL. Um, all 3 seasons I've been to playoffs. I've never won or been runner-up, but I've been semi-finalist once out of 14 coaches and quarterfinalists twice out of 8 coaches, I believe, in the first 2 seasons. So yeah, this draft was a 16-team draft, which I think is the perfect amount of coaches. We added a couple new faces to this draft, a lot of returning faces, and there'll be 11 weeks in the draft. This draft's format is a little bit interesting. We decided for season 3 and onwards that instead of drafting 2 tier 3s and 2 tier 5s for a 12 Pokemon draft, we voted and we changed it to 2 tier 3s and 2 tier 4s for a 12 Pokemon draft. And I really like that because tier 4s, there's a lot of them, and not a lot of them get used. And a lot of my favorite mons have been tier 4s to use, whether it was Incineroar, whether it was Diancie, Golbat, etc. So, yeah. So that's just kind of an intro to what I'm going to be talking about. I was picked number 7 out of 16, so basically right in the middle, which was kind of bad. I've always liked the wheel better, but 7's not terrible. And I knew that I was going to get a solid mod because we allowed 4 usually banned megas, those being Kangaskhan, the Lotties, and Mawile. We allowed them in this draft. And 3 out of the 4 were picked by number 7, but they did cost points to draft, so I was not going to go with one of those, which the only one left was Latios. So I wasn't going to go with Latios, and because those things were picked earlier on, it left me at number 7 with a surprising pick, in my opinion. I've never seen it drafted this low, and that was Tapu Koko. Obviously, one of the best draft league Pokemon, one of the best. Smogon Pokemon, OU, just a beast. Of course, 130 speed. I have showed on screenshot. It's terrible quality. I don't care. Look at that speed, 130 speed. Special attack, even though it's not great, in electric terrain, it is crazy. Thunderbolts, Volt Switches, no ground type. This thing is just doing so much damage. Yes, it gets defog. If I bring defog on this thing more than once, you can officially stop watching my videos because I'm a bad person and player. That's just terrible. I'm not bringing defog on this thing. No. It can be run physical, obviously, better physical attack, but usually run special. And that physical attack allows you to put U-turn on a Specs variant, and it still does a lot of damage. Anyway, so yeah, first pick, round 1, pick 7, Tapu Koko. Beautiful. So pick 2 was the pick that I debated picking in the first round if I was lower down. And I joked around with some of my buddies that I would pick it at number 7. But then once the draft actually started, I realized I couldn't actually do that. But Dugtrio. This is what I planned this draft around. trapping Dugtrio. In Tier 2, 120 base speed, Arena Trap is awesome. Last season, it was used on a stall team. Not quite as effectively as I think it could be. It's an excellent Z move user, which it is one of my, along with Coco. We have 3 Z move users. I have Coco, Dugtrio, and then you get 1 low tier mon that can use Z's, and we'll get to that. But yes, so Dugtrio, 120 base speed, terrible HP, but you're never running this thing bulky, so it doesn't matter. 100 base attack is not great, but if you get to trap things like Heatran, like Aggron, like so many things, Excadrill, Tapu Koko, but it's on my team, Electric types, Steel types, Rock types, Fire types, all of them die to Ground EMZ, and usually, unless it's Zero Aura, I'm going to outspeed them. So, this was what my draft was planned around. I didn't expect getting Coco in this draft, so that's kind of a wild card compared to the other parts of the draft, where I was trying to focus on mons that would benefit from things being gone by Dugtrio. Dugtrio taking care of things for other mons. So, round 3, I had 2 very glass cannon-y mons, so I decided to pick up my favorite Draft League wall, Tangrowth. Tangrowth is beautiful. It's a beautiful mon. It's one of my favorites to use in Draft League. Look at that defense. Look at it. Look at the HP. Look at the special attack and attack. Look. I put a set on this just so you can see. Assault Vest. This thing isn't dying. You can't kill it. It doesn't die. You put a Rocky Helmet on, you max defense against a big physical threat. It's not dying. Tangrowth is awesome. That's it. So much versatility. So much versatility. So far, I have Dugtrio as a rocker. Coco can get defog. It's not happening. It also gets screens, which is viable. So my hazard control / not control is not great through 3 picks. So to help with that, but not necessarily, I picked round 4 tier 1 Necrozma. Necrozma, I'm just saying it now, is better than Mew. It's better than Mew. I don't care. It's better than Mew. Yeah, it's slower. Yeah, it's not as versatile. It doesn't get as many moves, but it gets all the moves that Mew actually uses, like on a regular basis. Stealth Rock, Recovery, Knockoff, Bolt Beam, Earth Power, and then it has Prism Armor, which it takes less damage from super effective attacks than Mew would. So it's better. It's not as fast, but it learns Rock Polish and Autotomize, and Calm Mind, and Swords Dance, and it gets Photon Geyser, which can change to a physical attack if your attack is higher. It's crazy. I love this mon. Happy it fell to me at round 4. Again, not a reliable Stealth Rock user, but can get it. Number 5. Back to the walls. You get an offensive Psychic, or at least a versatile Psychic in Necrozma. You get a bulky Water and a bulky Psychic in Slowking in round 3. Round 5, tier 3. Slowking completes the Regenerator core with Tangrowth. Obviously reliable recovery. It's a strong, specially defensive mon, which pairs well with Tangrowth's physical defense. Yeah, it's just fat. It's really, really, really fat. That's all. Next, Tentacruel. Yes, it's another water type. Yes, I drafted 2 water types in a row from tier 3. Yes. But hear me out. Tentacruel. Toxic Spikes absorbs Toxic Spikes. Rapid Spins, Stealth Rocks. My team isn't even weak to Stealth Rocks, but a Rapid Spins anyway. My first spinner. I'm getting more. 100 base speed, it can be offensive, it can be support, it can be kind of defensive. Good special defense, 120. Black Sludge, Haze, Toxic Spikes, Knockoff, Scald. Support, great mon. I've used it before in IBL. Another specialty defensive mon to pair with Tangrowth. Boom. Next up, tier 4, another rapid spinner, Hitmonlee. This is my low tier Z user. Unburden, Electric Seed, things are dying. It also gets Reckless High Jump Kick, so have fun with that. Base 87 speed, not bad. Great Scarfer, gets U-turn, I think. I'm not 100 on that. 120 base attack, beautiful. Frail is anything on the defensive side, but that's okay. Also gets Limber. I'm never going to use that ability. It gets Reckless and Unburden. Anyway. Oh, and normal gem fake out. Next up, tier 4, Houndoom. Fire type, Dark type, Psychic type stopper, 95 base speed, another special attacker which I didn't have much of. Flash Fire, another immunity. Great Scarfer. Great offensive typing. And decent stats. Houndoom. Next up, my third free pick, also tier 4, Piloswine. So, we all know that Mamoswine is great because the typing is basically Ice Ground is impossible to switch into, basically. Offensively or defensively to check it, whatever. This thing has base 100 attack, but also base 100 HP and base 80 defense. With an Eviolite, that's like base 120 defense, plus the attack. So this is a reliable stealth rocker. This thing is an ice type, which I was lacking. It's a bulky ground type if I want it to be. Excuse me. I think this thing pairs really well with Tapu Koko. Just beating the ground types that beat Koko. This, Greymon. I love Piloswine. Never used it before on draft, but I've used Mamoswine. So, you know, it's slow, but whatever. Next up, I got my Mega. So, I was waiting on the Megas. Originally, my plan was to get Mega Aggron and Tapu Fini instead of Tapu Koko to support Dugtrio. Both of those things love bulky steels not being around. But Mega Pinsir was on the board, and so was Charizard X. But I didn't go Charizard X because I didn't want the Stealth Rock weakness because I knew that my removal was not great. I didn't have a reliable defogger yet, and I had some spinners, but, you know, can't bring them every game. So Pinsir is only 50% weak to rocks when it Mega Evolves, only 25% as regular Pinsir, and it's not first turn Mega, so if something's almost dead, I send in Pinsir, don't Mega Evolve, and get the Moxie boost with Quick Attack. Beautiful. 155 base attack, 120 defense. Can we just point that out? This thing is thick. Not really. 105 speed, outspeeds Mew, and all the base 100s. And it gets Swords Dance. And Quick Attack is a flying type move. And Return, and Knockoff, and Close Combat, and Earthquake, and Stone Edge. And it gets Stealth Rocks. I might do that one time. Anyway, yeah, it's a great mon. I've never used it in Draft League, I think. Not in IBL, at least. But I like it a lot. It gives me really good cleaning ability. So next, my tier 5. First of 2, Alolan Sandslash. People laughed at me. Okay? I don't remember who it was. Someone in the WBE right now is using Alolan Sandslash to perfection. I love it so much. I think it's in Vivid Color. I'm not sure. It's beautiful. It's 4 times weak to fire. It's 4 times weak to fighting. That doesn't matter. If those types don't exist, this thing doesn't die. This doesn't die. It's a Stealth Rock user. It's a Rapid Spin user. And look at that defense. Beautiful. Again, 100 base attack on a bulky Pokemon. Beautiful. You know what? It gets Slush Rush. Someone picks up Hail. Boom. You're dead. This is the Steel type on my team, which is not great. I will admit, my Dragon Fairy Steel Core kind of sucks. But I don't care. That's it. And there's my Dragon. So, round 12, last Mon. Picked up Altaria. No, I'm not going to use it as a Dragon Dance user, Lee. Please stop saying that. Maybe I will against you, but not anybody else. Base 80 speed, not terrible. It's a Cleric. Gives me Heal Bell, gives me a reliable defogger, and gives me a status absorber. Natural Cure on this team is important. Slowking and Tangrowth both get decimated by Toxic. This thing comes in on them, either clicks Heal Bell or just switches out. It gets reliable recovery, it gets defog, and it gets tons of dragon coverage like all dragons do. I don't sleep on Altaria, is all I'm saying. Yes, it's gonna die to an Ice Shark, but the defenses aren't bad. It's a Cleric. It's a dragon. I needed a dragon. It might leave at some point in the season. Who knows? I drafted it. It's okay. There's my draft. Look at that pretty picture. Yeah. Overall, I am happy. First thing after the draft might happen. I don't think for the first couple weeks, but I think I could do a trade for one of those water types. I don't know. I don't like that I have two kind of bulky water types. Even though I like that one completes the regenerator core and one is a toxic spike absorber and a spinner. They play different roles, but I don't know. I just don't like them so close together in the tier list. That's it. I might trade one of them, is what I'm trying to say. For some, I like the idea of maybe Quillfish in tier 4. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. That's all I got. Thanks for watching. Week 1 starts Monday. So look for Battle Team Builder sometime during the week, and then the battle after that, or maybe together. I don't know. I'm new to this thing. Who knows? Like, sub, because this is YouTube, and that's what you do when you make YouTube videos, right? I don't know. Bye.